Picture this: a man sitting on a crowded train, headphones on, laptop out, commuting 90 minutes each way to work as a journalist in London. He's writing a novel, on the train, every single day. Fast forward a few years. That novel, it's the #1 show on Netflix, translated into 35 languages, over 1 million copies sold worldwide. This is John Mars, and his story proves that you don't need to quit your day job to become a best-selling author. 80 rejections for his first book. He self-published it anyway. Then traditional publishers came calling. Now he has 2 major publishing deals, a Netflix series, MGM Adaptations in the works, and he's releasing multiple books a year. But here's the twist. He didn't write in some romantic cabin in the woods. He wrote on trains, during lunch breaks, between interviews with celebrities. How does a journalist who failed math 4 times become one of Britain's most successful thriller writers? And what's his secret to creating worlds so dark and addictive that millions can't look away? What do you do with 4 hours of commuting every day? Most people scroll through emails or podcasts. John Mars wrote 5 best-selling novels. He grew up in Northamptonshire, England, a kid who loved books but never dreamed of writing them. After school, he became a journalist, starting at small local papers before moving on to major outlets like The Guardian and The Daily Express. For 25 years, he interviewed celebrities from TV, film, and music. He wasn't a straight A student. He failed his math exam 4 times but loved English. Then in 2011, something changed. He read an article in The Guardian that sparked an idea. What if he wrote a novel just to see if he could? So he started writing during his daily commute 90 minutes each way, noise-canceling headphones, laptop balanced on his knees. That novel became The Wronged Sons, a psychological thriller about a man who disappears for 25 years, leaving his wife and children behind with no explanation. When he finally returns, everyone wants to know, where did you go and why? It's a story that asks, can you ever really know the person you love? And what secrets are worth destroying a family for? He finished it, sent it to agents, and got 80 rejections. So he published it himself in 2013. 2 years later, Amazon's thriller imprint Thomas & Mercer noticed how well it was doing. They offered him a deal, but they wanted it partially rewritten. So he rewrote it, and they republished it in 2017 under a new title, When You Disappeared. The rewrite transformed it into a tighter, more suspenseful exploration of marriage, abandonment, and the lies we tell ourselves. In just 18 months, it sold over 300,000 copies. He kept writing, on trains, between interviews, during lunch breaks. His second novel, Welcome to Wherever You Are, later retitled The Vacation, was inspired by his own backpacking trip through America in 1992. He'd worked at Venice Beach selling hot dogs, helped at a homeless shelter, worked at Lollapalooza. It was one of the greatest years of his life. He turned those memories into a thriller about travelers in a Los Angeles hostel, where not everyone makes it out alive. He self-published that one too. And guess what? Publishers came calling again. But his third book? That's the one that changed everything. It's 2015. John's planning his wedding to his partner, also named John. One evening, he's on the escalator heading to his tube train in London. He's people-watching, thinking about how lucky he is to have found his match. Then he starts wondering, what if there was something inside all of us that matched us with just one perfect person in the world? What if you could take a simple DNA test and find your soulmate? He started writing The One the next day. Originally self-published under the title 1,000 Small Explosions, the story follows 5 people who take a DNA test to find their perfect match. But what if your perfect match has secrets? Or worse, a dark past? The concept is brilliant. It's Black Mirror meets romance thriller. What happens to existing relationships when people discover their true match? Do marriages crumble? Do people abandon their families? And what if your perfect match is a serial killer? The concept exploded. Penguin Random House picked it up in 2017, and Netflix adapted it into a 10-episode series released in 2021. Created by Misfits writer Howard Overman, it became Netflix's #1 show in multiple countries. The One has now sold over 1 million copies and been translated into 35 languages. But here's what's wild. Even after all this success, John kept his journalism job until December 2017. He didn't become a full-time writer until his 7th book was published. Why? Because he understood something most aspiring authors don't. You don't have to quit everything to chase your dream. You can build it gradually, on trains, during lunch breaks, 1 page at a time. And once he did go full-time, he didn't slow down, he accelerated. John Marrs writes in 2 distinct styles, and both are incredibly dark. First, there are his psychological thrillers, books like The Good Samaritan, What Lies Between Us, Keep It in the Family, and You Killed Me First. These are twisted, character-driven stories where you're never sure who to trust. The Good Samaritan is about a woman named Laura who works at a suicide prevention hotline. But instead of helping callers, she actively encourages them to kill themselves. Because she's bitter that her life didn't turn out the way she wanted. It's chilling. And it became a worldwide #1 bestseller. What Lies Between Us won the International Thriller Writers' Best Paperback Award in 2021 and was optioned by MGM. It's about 2 women sharing a house, except one of them is chained in the attic. The question is, who's the victim and who's the villain? Then there's his speculative fiction, near-future thrillers that feel like they could happen tomorrow. These books exist in the same universe, sometimes with overlapping characters and references. The Passengers. 8 people are trapped in self-driving cars that have been hacked, the doors lock. The route changes. A voice tells them, "You are going to die." The public watches and votes on who should be saved and who should die first. It's Speed meets Saw meets social media mob mentality. The Minders. In a world where computer hacking is unstoppable, the UK government embeds all their secrets into the brains of 5 people with a rare neurological condition. But those secrets are valuable, and people will kill to extract them. The Marriage Act. The British government makes marriage compulsory and installs monitoring devices in every home to ensure couples stay together. It's 1984 meets Love Island. It's dystopian and terrifyingly plausible. The Family Experiment. In a world where having children has become prohibitively expensive, a tech company creates virtual children, AI-generated babies you can raise for a monthly fee. They launch a reality TV show where 15 couples compete to see who's the best parent. It's The Truman Show, written by someone who understands how tech companies actually operate. His books explore the darkest sides of human nature, technology that goes too far, relationships that implode, secrets that destroy lives, and he does it with twists you never see coming. Readers describe his books as unputdownable, twisted, and the kind that keep you up all night. One reader said, "I couldn't stop reading, I had to know what happened." His writing style is fast-paced, short chapters, multiple POV characters. Every chapter ends on a hook. He's mastered the art of making you say, "Just one more chapter," at 2 a.m. And here's his process. He doesn't write chapters in order. He jumps around, writes whatever scene he's most excited about. He's a pantser, not a plotter. He knows the basic story but discovers it as he writes. And he aims for 2,000 words a day minimum, even if they're terrible. Because you can always edit bad writing. You can't edit a blank page. Today, John lives in Northamptonshire with his husband John and their son, born in 2024. His life looks a lot different now. He starts his day at the gym at 7:30 a.m., then writes for hours in the cafe there, and finishes by early evening. With a young son, he jokes that his writing time is more strategic than ever. He's a huge herbal tea drinker and admits he's a terrible Brit because he doesn't like regular tea. He's open with fans online and loves giving advice to aspiring authors. Skip boring chapters, write what excites you, and never stop. His favorite book is American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. When asked which of his own books he'd want to be remembered for, he said, "When You Disappeared Without Hesitation." He doesn't think he'll write anything as ambitious or successful again, even though all his others have been amazing sellers. His latest thriller, You Killed Me First, came out in March 2025. His next, Dead in the Water, arrives January 2026. And 3 earlier titles, When You Disappeared, The Good Samaritan, and Her Last Move, were recently reissued with new covers and bonus chapters. He now has multiple adaptations in development, including What Lies Between Us with MGM and The Stranger in Her House, with a British studio. His advice to writers? Don't write chapters in order. So many writers get stuck on one chapter or character, and it derails their project. Skip ahead. Write what excites you. You can fill in the gaps later. And just keep writing, day in, day out, no matter how hard it is. From 80 rejections to Netflix #1. From train commutes to full-time best-selling author. From journalist interviewing celebrities to becoming the celebrity authors want to interview. That's the John Mars story. And it proves that your commute doesn't have to be wasted time. It can be the birthplace of worlds that millions of people will get lost in. So what do you think? Could you stay focused enough to write a novel on your commute? Or would the TikTok scroll win? If you love hearing how best-selling authors went from day jobs to Netflix deals, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Because up next, we're diving into the mind of R.L. Stine, the man who turned childhood fear into a $200 million empire. And trust me, you'll never look at Goosebumps the same way again.